Hi, Sonny.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you.
Am I in
Shabbat
the top,
shalom.
There's Jeff there,
Shabbat shalom.
am I in the top service or the real one?
right there.
Hi, Pam.
Pam, it's nice.
Hey,
see you,
Shabbat
Pam.
shalom. Nice to see
You're
Shabbat
down at the
shalom.
back porch.
Chag Sameach.
Pam.
Hag Sameach.
Hello, Jeff.
Yes, and here's
John, the answer is
Hello.
no. That's at Rabbi Conover's house, their backyard. She and Damien's. See the top?
I'm gonna mute.
How nice.
I'm gonna
That's
mute.
nice.
What?
No, what are you gonna do?
Sorry, neighbors.
The host?
Temporary. Don't call the cops. 'Cause they're not coming.
Free concert, they're so lucky.
Yes. I see the neighbors. Deb and Mark.
Funny delay. May I?
Yes.
Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava, Hava Nashira. Shir hallelujah, shir hallelujah. Hava nashira, shir hallelujah, shir hallelujah. Hava nashira, shir hallelujah, shir hallelujah.
Well, Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach, Happy
Sameach.
Sukkot.
Hag Sameach.
I love that this holiday, this Chag, is called Zman Simchatenu, which means the time of our rejoicing. And I like that intention because that's what we have to do, that even when things are hard, even when we have a fragile sukkah, by the way, this sukkah, because of our deck, has, in the wind and the rain, has scooted all across our deck. So even when we have things that are fragile, that we actually make sure that we stay strong. And the way that we stay strong is by noticing what makes us happy, noticing those little things that give us joy. And I have to say that being able to gather like this on Shabbat and on Sukkot, and being able to decorate the sukkah, which I got to do today with our children, which was so much fun, that those are the things that I get to hold on to. And I would imagine that you have something that happened in your day today, yesterday, the day before, that brought you a little bit of lift, a little bit of happiness. And so I invite you to think about what that was. If you want, write it in the chat, share those things, those little seeds of happiness that we're planting in this time of our rejoicing, so that we all can have a little bit more joy in our Sukkot, in our sukkahs, in our shelters that sometimes are external like this, and sometimes they're the shelters that are within in our hearts. We love to be able to start our Shabbat by bringing in light and bringing in these notions of wishing each other a Shabbat Shalom, a Chag Sameach. So please do that as we invite Craig and Amanda Gould to celebrate in honor of their sons, Dylan and Evan, becoming B'nai Mitzvah on this Shabbat. What a joy for our entire community. We're on page 384 for our blessings.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us to find the knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives.
Bless all who enter the sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love.
Man.
That was perfect. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat v'yom tov. And we add to this another Shehachianu. We can't get enough of them. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Gould, I'll see you tomorrow. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov. We love you, Gould family. And now for our kiddush. Our kiddush is found on page 386. What an honor to invite Jamie and Mark Trachtenberg to celebrate Matthew becoming a bar mitzvah. And Evan, we're so glad that you're going to celebrate with all of us. And I'll invite Jamie. Why don't you come in here as we offer our kiddush? We all rise in spirit.
Hey guys.
Hi, Matthew. Hi,
Hello,
guys.
how are you?
I'm so good. I'm happy to see you.
Would you like me to read you sent me the blessing before and the blessings after the Torah, or would you like me to read the English page you sent me?
I would rather, so the English page I sent you, was that for the Kiddush, right, sweetie?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, all I want you to do is read that English, hold that cup up high, and then I'm going to do a special blessing for the festival.
Sounds good.
Awesome, Matthew. Thank you.
Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who has chosen us from among the peoples, exalting us by hallowing us with mitzvot. Your love, Adonai our God, you have given us Shabbat of rest, feasts of gladness and seasons of joy. This Shabbat, day in this, festival of Pesach, season of our freedom, Shavuot, season of our receiving Torah, Sukkot, season of our thanksgiving, Etzeret, Simchat Torah, season of rejoicing, a sacred occasion, a remembrance of the exodus from Egypt. For you have chosen us from all the peoples and concentrated us to your service, and given us Shabbat, a sign of love and favor, in the festivals, a time of gladness and joy. Praise to you, Adonai, who sacrifices Shabbat, Israel in the festivals.
Perfect. Stay there holding it up. I want to watch you the whole time.
Got it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol am romamanu mikol lashon v'kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'titen lanu Adonai Eloheinu be'ahava shabbatot limnucha u'moadim l'simcha chagim u'zmanim l'sason et yom hashabbat hazeh v'et yom chag hasukot hazeh zman simchatenu chag ha'eret ha'etzed זמן שמחתנו מקרא קודש ליציאת מצרים כיוונו בחרת ואותנו קירשת מכל העמים בשבת ומועדי קודשך באהבה וברצון בשמחה ובשמחתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת בישראל והזמנים. Does it make sense now why I did it and I didn't make you do it, Matthew? Yes. Mazel tov, Matthew. I cannot wait to see you in the morning. Shabbat shalom.
Can't wait to see you guys.
L'chaim.
Trachtenbergs and Goulds, thank you for giving us even more things to celebrate and to make this season that much sweeter. We turn now to page 389 for a special Sukkot reading. Tonight, let our shelters be strung with the finest fruits of creation. Love, fertility, prosperity, wisdom. Let us promise to feed the hungry. Let our harvest bring peace. And to that we say, Amen. We turn now to page 138 for Lecha Dodi. When we get to that final verse, we rise, we face toward thee, anywhere where the Shekhinah can enter our midst. And sometimes we even bow to that presence.
Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. That's the melody. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Shamor v'zachor v'ribur echad, Kishmiyanu el hamichad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad, v'shemo tiferet b'li tfilah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Likrat Shabbat, Lehu v'necha, Yigi Mekor HaBaracha. Mirosh Mikedem Nesucha, Sof Maaseh B'machasha v'tefillah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Hitoreri, hitoreri, hivaorei, uri, 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 shir daveri, kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Ro'im Shalom, Ater Bala, Gam B'simcha U'Zola, Toch Emurei Atzula, Mo'ichala, Mo'ichala. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Kedei Shabbat, Kabbalah.
We continue now with our Baruch Hu, page 394.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Adonai HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed. HaMevorach, HaMevorach, Le'olam Ha'ed.
Page 398, we feel the sweet embrace of an everlasting love. Ahavat Olam.
Avat Olam Beit Yisrael, ata et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ela asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam bam v'shivtecha b'beitecha Laftecha b'derech u'shokbecha u'kumecha u'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'einecha u'chavtam המזוזות בביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Page 406. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? Your children witnessed your sovereignty, the sea splitting before Moses and Miriam. This is our God, they cried. Adonai will reign forever and ever. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than God's own. Praised are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to get a little closer to you for Mi Chamocha because I'm going to actually use the specific Sukkot trope, this beautiful, beautiful trope, the nusach that comes from Ecclesiastes. Since it's a little bit strange and funny, you can kind of imagine leaves falling as I sing it. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nor tehilot osefelet, nor tehilot osefelet. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar v'kodesh, nor tehilot o sefele, o sefele, o sefele.
We rise and turn to the Amidah on page 468.
Adonai, sifatai titachu fi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevii Gula Lifnei Bneihem, L'man Shemo v'Yahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, V'ezrat Sarah. Hagibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atara L'Hoshia, Mori Hataz, Mechakel Chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Mi chamocha bal gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzniach Yeshua, nemanat al hachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai mechayeh hakol.
Your might, O God, renews the earth. With dewdrops of light and blessing, let the earth be illumined and blessed. With dewdrops of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With dewdrops of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With dewdrops of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך הסלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Turn to page 478. And we're going to take a moment for personal silent reflection. Take a moment now to pray for healing for our loved ones, healing of body, healing of spirit, healing of soul. If you want to share somebody's name, you can take a moment to unmute yourself and share their name out loud with us, or you can type their name in the chat and we'll read it out loud.
Aaron Plant.
Luban Kotaraszewski, Carlos Tabares.
Kimberly Dombrow. Katrina Luan Ray.
And we add to those names Donald and Melania Trump, Sonia Oppenheimer, Elizabeth De Bruyne and Alec Jaladen, Jan Knox, Eric, Lara and Robin Shander, Elaine Baddock, Rochelle Baddock, Jonathan Spitz, Nan Nicholas, Melissa Josephs, Marge Hilliard, Carol Curry, Richard Colbert, Harriet Evnin, Antonio Santos, Sandy Ottenstein, Michael McCauley, Raven Daniel Taburn, Dee Dee Cohen, Eric Boyd, Avner Drucker, Jill Allreed, Nancy Novak, Stephanie McGee, Stancy Nowak, Anne Beerle, excuse me for mispronouncing, Beverly Brodsky, Steve Lewin, Matt Foley, Troy Lindquist, Alan Brodsky, as well as Chad and Larry Young, Rika Berg, and Florence Bernberg, and Suzanne Cohn. am someone who always relies on recommendations, maybe sometimes to a fault. If someone recommends a restaurant for me, I hold that recommendation really strongly. And if it goes the other, and it goes the other way too. If someone asks for a recommendation from me, you know that I have put a lot of thought and energy into making sure that recommendation is good for you. Now, don't all come at me at once. But online recommendations, though, come in a whole different way. They're more in reviews about a bunch of people who put things together. They're surely not always to be trusted. Now, if something's got like 2 reviews, they probably like paid someone to get them on Amazon. But you know, there's a number of different ways that we look at reviews. I was looking today at movie reviews for a specific movie. Now, movie reviews, on the other hand, are for me like hard to compare. Some may like Star Wars, some may not like Star Wars. But
Who doesn't like Star Wars?
I love Star Wars. But like a review on Amazon, like it's a spatula. It's got a flexible end or it doesn't. Like whatever the review says, that a little more objective. One of my favorite places though to get movies is Rotten Tomatoes. So I looked up a particular film for this sermon and found that it had better ratings by critics on Rotten Tomatoes than all of these movies. It had better ratings, I haven't told you the movie yet, than Rocky, better than The Matrix, better than School of Rock, Ocean's 11, Titanic, The Lion King, Saving Private Ryan, every single Harry Potter movie, and almost every single Star Wars movie. This fantastic movie has critic reviews such as a cinematic milestone. It's captivating. It wins your heart. This seemingly spectacular movie doesn't have any special effects. It doesn't even have a love story and has no English. Any idea what this great movie is?
Oh,
Yeah? What do you think?
Ushpizin.
Oh, you are right. Ushpizin. It is a 2005 movie set in one of these, set in a sukkah, filmed entirely in Jerusalem in Hebrew, and has a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
Can I elbow you for that?
Oh yeah. I was so impressed at its rating. That was incredible. That title, Ushpizin, references the Sukkot guests. And this movie's a beautiful tale of a poor ultra-Orthodox couple that comes into just enough money to make their Sukkot special, when all of a sudden, 2 acquaintances who were recently incarcerated come to visit. I'm telling you, it's a fantastic movie. The husband and wife at the center of Ushpizin are convinced to help the 2 men because it's Sukkot. It's a celebration of welcoming guests into the sukkah. This holy day is about having audacious hospitality, just like Rabbi Conover has invited us all here. In addition to the sukkah itself, we find similar imagery of audacious hospitality in the Arba Minim, the 4 species associated with Sukkot. The etrog, the palm, the myrtle, and the willow. All of these symbols can, in fact, exemplify our commitment to equality and inclusion, as every one of these is unique in its own right, but is so much stronger when it's bound together. The function of these 4 species are defined by their smell and their taste, or lack thereof, along with some interesting imagery from the Midrash. The etrog has both taste and smell, representing people who both perform good deeds and have good knowledge and have good study. The lulav, the center one here, has taste but no smell, representing those who use their knowledge to perform good deeds. The myrtle, which is this guy here, has smell but no taste, representing those who do good deeds, but they don't spend as much time studying, maybe for the midrash, it was like in yeshiva. And the willow has no taste and no smell, representing those who lack both. But our rabbis of old, instead of shaming the other three species for not being as righteous or as wise as the etrog, God instead commands us to bind them together into one whole grouping so that they may atone for one another. In other words, no matter how good deeds a person performs, no matter how wise they are or where they are in their learning or growth as a Jew, everybody has something to offer. Everybody is welcome, equally and together into the whole of the community. Some of us, like the etrog, might be regulars at Shabbat services, at adult education, and volunteer regularly with Feed the Hungry. Some of us, maybe like the lulav, may find themselves during temple services feeling that deep sense of spirituality, and this is their time of connection during the week, being so drawn to prayer. Some of us, like the hadassim, may spend our time at temple feeling connected through the community, the work of learning in our community. Tuesday morning Talmud, Wednesday morning study group, downtown Talmud study, maybe doing acts of justice at Monday meal. And some of us, like the Arava, the willow, are just beginning our exploration of this community, of this Temple Sholem family, and are still in the process of discovering what aspects of the Temple Sholem community give us the most fulfillment. In the words of Chris Harrison, all of us, no matter which of the four species most closely we identify with at this moment, each one of us, as Jews, as people in this world, as people of this community and this whole world family, when we take each of our skill sets, each of our stories and experiences, each of our gifts and flaws, and we combine them into one unified force dedicated to Tikkun Olam, we become something bigger than we could have ever anticipated. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach. Bishu
Todah. We are, excuse me, before we turn back into our, turn back into pumpkins, turn back in our prayer books, we have a number of really exciting things coming up at Temple Sholem. Religious school is back in session on Sunday. A lot of our exciting Temple Sholem programming is picking up this week. And we can find all of that in the Temple Sholem e-blast. And anything else we want to really highlight?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. The sukkah building competition deadline, the great sukkah building competition deadline has been expanded. So you have the entirety of Sukkot to build a sukkah. It can be made out of anything, out of graham crackers, Legos, you name it. And you just have to submit a picture and you're going to be entered to possibly receive a Grubhub gift card. So we hope that as many of you, don't worry if you haven't already built one, you should absolutely submit a picture into the sukkah building competition.
Rabbi Singer, do you have a favorite submission yet?
I do.
Okay.
But I don't want to say whose it is.
Well, can I just say that that you can get really creative here. You could build it for yourself. You could build it for a family. You could build it for a pet. I know that some of you do have extraordinary Lego sets that even have a lulav and etrog with them. Feel free. If you happen to have a guinea pig who might have a beautifully knit kippah, that you want to be able to feature a sukkah for that. I mean, anybody, please just get really creative and have fun. And we can hardly wait. And we've got a big gift card to give you.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's on. Oh my gosh. No, I know that there's another thing. Rabbi Singer, do you want to share with us what's going to happen after next week's service on Simchat Torah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next Friday night, a week from tonight, we are going to be having a virtual dance party. After services, everybody is invited to join. DJ Matt Charney is going to be
Charney!
the iPod. So it's going to be amazing. You should come. You should bring like funny hats or like fun clothes or none of that, but it's going to be hilarious and really just like a lot of joy. So, and we're going to celebrate getting the Torah. So it's going to be great.
And I think Rabbi Gelman, is there a Monday morning minyan coming up?
Yes.
On Monday.
On Monday,
We can
led by Rabbi Singer.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
Can we repeat the time of it?
I think it's at 8 a.m.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to be there, Rabbi Singer.
Great.
I have a very, very good feeling about that.
I'll see you there.
Yeah.
This is great.
We're having an 8 a.m. Monday morning minyan.
Fantastic. We are going to turn to page 586 for Aleinu L'Shabeach at the bottom of the page.
Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lateit gilula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kegoyei haratzot, velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. V'nemar v'haya Adonai l'melech al kol haaretz v'yom hahu yireh Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
We can now be seated for a moment. As it was just earlier this week that we took part in the Yizkor service, a time of memory of those who have passed away in the past year and those who we so deeply miss on those big moments like Yom Kippur. On this Shabbat, we are thinking about those who we miss, those who have passed away in this last month of Shloshim: Jerome Berger, Nadine Fort, Richard Koschel, Ben Lane Korn, Ronald Wolf, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Seymour Kessler, Elaine Stone Colburn, Hal Buddy Dune, Richard Mandel, Marvin Einhorn, Barbara J. Frankston, and those whose yard sites are observed this week: Albert Tolman, Blanche Abrahams, Stanley Averick, Blanche Bookchester, Melvin Borzak, thank you, Lydia Bolin, Ruth Cohen, Elaine DeWolf, Frida Dobrin, Claudia Gokman, Minnie Rabin Heller, Jack Hockman, Mary Lynn Jaros, Jack Josephs, Dr. Jeffrey Korn, Adele Lane, Leo M. Lerner, Ralph Vernon Metters, Sheldon Miller, Norma Moses, Molly Eyring, Max Provis, Charlotte G. Rizawi, Shirley Rovner, Esther Savitz, Barney Shobe, Karen Sidebotham, Alex Sterling, Michael Supera, Joseph Teleposky, Lorraine Weinzimmer, and Morris Yellen. If we have any names that we would like to add to our list, I invite you to unmute if our tech have allowed us to and share those names or add them to the chat.
Howard Vian, Sandra Goincher.
John M. Griffith.
Judd Weinberg and Florence Teutcher.
And we add to that list Harriet Wilson Ellis, Matthew Amberg, John Peeler, and Eleanor Singer. And we rise for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, 598.
Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach yirutei v'yablich malchutei. V'chayechon u'vyomachon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. V'agalau v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach leolam u'lalmei almaya. Yitvarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha. Le'ela mimkol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'imru. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Oseh shalom v'imrumav, v'yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom v'imrumav, v'yaseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen.
I think before we get to our closing song, Rabbi Conover is going to lead us in shaking the lulav and bringing our Abba Minim together.
So we say the blessing with the pitom down, and we say it, it's like any other commanded blessing with B'tzivanu, and then it's all netilat lulav. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav b'tzivanu, al netilat lulav. Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Page 664, or it might already be in your head. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time that may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rent, a time to sow, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for peace and not to wait. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose under heaven.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.
Shalom.